take a look at some sports for the day. Here's Millicent Walker.
My thanks to Joma. Welcome to Sports News. Nigeria has crashed out of the men and women's time trial events at the 2017 African Continental Road Championships in Egypt. Gladys Tom Brakpa and Gloria Diase finished 11th and 13th in the women's time trials. Tom Brakpa finished the 29-kilometer race at 47 minutes 24 seconds, while Diase cycled home after 50 minutes 57 seconds. In the men's time trials, a race which was over a 43-kilometer stretch, Emmanuel Innocent finished 18th after finishing in 1 hour 2 minutes, while Effiok Ayo finished 19th following his arrival in 1 hour 3 minutes and 12 seconds. The Tigers forward Chamberlain Oguchi has joined French basketball club Boulazac Basket. The duration of the Oguchi's deal was, however, not revealed by his new club. Oguchi, who has played in the Philippines, Venezuela, Iraq and Lebanon before returning to Europe, is expected to make his home debut for the Boulazac on February the 25th against Rua. He was a key member of the Nigeria team that won the 2015 Afro Basketball Championship in Tunisia. Arsene Wenger has been trending on Twitter lately, especially after the 5-1 defeat to Bayern Munich in the Champions League. But the Frenchman says he has no intention of retiring at the end of the season, even if it means managing another club. Regardless of Wenger's position being under intense scrutiny, he says he is undecided on whether he will take up the 2-year deal that has been offered to him by the board. Wenger's current contract expires in the summer.
No matter what happens, I will manage next season. Is it here or somewhere else? That's absolutely for sure. But on a night like that, of course, I hate defeat and I hate to lose games, and I want to do extremely well for this club, and I feel a big responsibility. You do not stay somewhere for 20 years and you walk out of a defeat like that and you whistle, It is difficult to take. Even if I go, Arsenal will not win every single game in the future, that's part of it. You have to accept that as much as it hurts to lose games.
Barcelona will take their attempt to overturn the Copa del Rey final suspension of Luis Suarez to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. The move comes after the Appeals Committee of the Spanish Football Federation rejected their attempt to overturn the decision. Suarez is set to miss the final against Alves on May the 27th after being sent off for 2 yellow cards in the semi-final second leg against Atletico Madrid. His second yellow card came for throwing his arm in the direction of Koke minutes after having been booked for a foul on Joan Fran. Barcelona believe the second booking was a wrong call. And Hungarian political movement Momentum has collected more than 200,000 signatures on a petition against Budapest's 2024 Olympics bid. Momentum, launched by a group of students born around 1989 when communism collapsed in Hungary, will submit the collected signatures to the Budapest Election Committee. Budapest is bidding to become the first East European country to host the Summer Games in the post-communist era and is hoping to fulfill the International Olympic Committee's agenda, that is the 2020 strategic roadmap focused on sustainability, credibility and youth. Well, the hosts for the 2024 Olympics will be announced at an IOC session in Lima, Peru in September. And that's Sports News tonight. Many thanks for watching. I'm Millicent Walker. It's back to you, Joma.
Thanks, Millicent. Now, more than 100 militants have been killed by Pakistani security forces in a security crackdown following an attack at a popular shrine on Thursday. The action follows Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's promise to deal with those behind it. The police are conducting raids across the country and lashing out at Afghanistan, which it accuses of tolerating militant sanctuaries. Even the border crossings with Afghanistan have been closed and rockets fired into 2 Afghan provinces. The shrine attack is considered the most deadly in a series of militant attacks since Sunday that have killed more than 100 people across Pakistan, including civilians, police and soldiers. Former Prime Minister Tony Blair has issued a battle cry against the so-called hard Brexit, calling on voters, businesses and campaigners to rise up and back a coordinated effort to temper the terms or even halt Britain's exit from the European Union. In his first major political intervention since Britain's voted 52 to 48% to leave the EU last June, Blair said Conservative Prime Minister Theresa May was pursuing Brexit at any cost and must be challenged. Blair accused May and other ministers who had backed Remain in the referendum campaign of pledging to take Britain out of the single market for purely political reasons.
The road we're going down is not simply hard Brexit. It is now Brexit at any cost. Our challenge is to expose relentlessly what that cost is, to show how the decision was based on imperfect knowledge which will now become informed knowledge, to calculate in easy-to-understand ways how proceeding will cause real damage to our country, and to build support for finding a way out from the present rush over the cliff's edge. I don't know if we can succeed, but I do know we will suffer a rancorous verdict from future generations if we don't try.
Catch up with your trending entertainment stories tonight. Here's Ogechukwu Osi.
Now here are your trending entertainment stories. Now Maven singer signed under Jay-Z's management company Rock Nation, Tiwa Savage, continues her American romance as she gradually gets recognition in mainstream. Now Savage, who was photographed with other top celebrities at the pre-Grammys party, is revealed to be working on a collaboration with American rapper Remy Ma. Now this much was revealed by acclaimed rapper Fat Joe live on national radio.
Tiwa Savage, she's huge though. She's like the African Rihanna type, you know. She's big.
Now, fellow Maven act Korede Bello is also in the news as he announces details of his highly anticipated debut album. Now, the singer, who has gone on quite a spree on many singles, is finally set to drop an album he aptly titled Beloved. And to movies, as Chidi Chikere finally premieres his much-anticipated movie titled Light Will Come in Lagos, Southwest Nigeria. Now, Chidi Chikere led other cast and crew to a red carpet event in Lagos, Southwest Nigeria.
This is my movie that I wrote, produced, and directed. Light Will Come, and I'm pretty much elated and excited. We're having the premiere tonight, and we have this whole wonderful people around to support.
That's it on the entertainment news. It's back to the main news.
Thanks, Ogechukwu. And the main news again. The appeal court sitting in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, today affirmed Ali Modu Sharif as the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, as the Ahmed Makarfi group announced that it would approach the Supreme Court to challenge the decision. Also today, tragedy struck in the Ikorodu area of Lagos as a luxury bus travelling from the southeast plunged into Owode River, killing 3 people. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Bunyato. Do have a great weekend. Good night.